How's it going, boys? Welcome back to episode 60 now of my NHL franchise mode with the Montreal Canadiens. Boys, first things first, thank you so much for 100 subs. I think I'm at like 104 or 105 now. That's probably a good 15 to 16 since the last video. So I thank you guys very, very much for that. I think the next goal at this point is 1,000 before NHL 25. So if we could get 1,000 before NHL 25 comes out, I'd be blown away. I'd be blown away. So in the last episode, I went over the free agency. I told you guys to comment. I didn't get too many comments. It's been a day and a half, I think, since I uploaded the last video. But, there was a couple comments. Nothing too much on the big-time names. But I had guys say, get Romanov. And I was looking. There was no forwards that anyone suggested. But for the defense that they did suggest, it was Romanov. I saw someone suggest Carlo and someone agree with it. So I'm looking at both these two. I'm looking at three different options because I went through it myself. So we have Brandon Carlo, which would be a fantastic signing. I would probably give him the 6 years, give him what he wants, make sure we do lock him up. We have 9.8 million, so that would leave us with 3 million to work with during the season. And then Sidney Crosby and Letang's contract comes up next year anyway, so that saves us a good about 13 million off the board. So we get 13 million back plus a 3. That's 16 million. We have a lot of money to work with still to end up signing guys like Svechnikov or Suzuki, Caulfield when their contracts come up in 2-3 years. There's that way of doing it. We'll go Brandon Carlo. He could play with Lane Hudson. I go Gouli and Mayu, and then Bichelle on the last line with Korzak. Or we could get, I'm not going to get him because 6 years, 6.3. He's also a top 4, but I'm assuming that Carlo is still better. Let's look at their individual stats. Defensively, I just like that he's 6'6", 218. Physically, he's strong. Defensively, he's good. Decent offensive awareness. Decent shot. Speed's okay. If you look at Romanov, a bit better offensive awareness at least. Defensive awareness more or less the same. He's actually a better player overall. But I just like that Carlo is the actual defensive defenseman. And a guy 6'6", 218, playing with a guy like Lane Hudson who's small. I feel like that's the perfect complement. Romanov is only, I think, 6'1". And unfortunately, he does not work in our lineup scheme. So I don't know. It doesn't make sense personally to be signing him, where Carlo has a bit more experience. And I like the storyline of, Boston got rid of Brandon Carlo. And, they got rid of Marchand as well, too. He was in free agency. So I feel like it's a lot of money off the boards. Maybe they're looking to, rebuild their team and Brandon Carlo just doesn't fit the picture. So, I don't know. It'd be a cool storyline. He goes against a team that didn't want him. It's their rivals. So there's that Brandon Carlo story. There's the Romanov. And then there was one more. But this one would be Bichelle going, moving up to the top 4, playing with Lane Hudson. He's also 6'5", 230, so it's a good compliment as well. Except he is left-handed and Lane Hudson is left-handed as well. That would be the only minor issue, I guess you could say, but it's not too bad. And then we would go, so I actually did sign Vakanainen for AHL or depth pieces, so don't mind that. Where is this guy? He is a depth or a top 6. What was his name again? So this guy, Ben Harper, listed as a depth defenseman. He's 32 years old, 6'6", 231. He did okay the year before last year. He played in the AHL last year, getting 21 points, 72 games. He's not a point getter, but the year before that, playing in Vancouver, I'm assuming playing the top 6 role, 15 points plus 4. Those numbers look pretty good to me. And, as a bottom 6 pairing, it's going to allow us to actually move Bichelle up. He has that 6-year, $3 million contract, and I could see him being like a Brandon Carlo style and, getting to 85 overall around and being that perfect defensive defenseman next to Lane Hudson. But we're going to go try for Carlo first. So our defenseman so far, what I'm going to do is sign Vakanainen as a depth defenseman, and I'm going to sign the Ben Harper. And they could fluctuate between either the depth defenseman or AHL. I'm going to go for Carlo. If he doesn't sign with us, then that means Bichelle could slide into the top 4. Harper could be our top 6 with Korczak. Vakanainen could be depth. Or vice versa. If Vakanainen works better, we put him. Harper could be our depth defenseman. And then if Carlo does sign, what we'll do is we'll just have Carlo with Hudson, Mayu Guli, Bichelle Korczak, Vakanainen as depth defenseman, and we'll drop Harper to the AHL. I mean, he played there last year. Yoop-de-doo, it's not the end of the world for him. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sign Vakanainen, which I already placed the offer. I'm going to sign Harper and Carlo, and then see who accepts, and then move forward from there. Forwards, all I need to do is sign a last line left wing, so I'll do that myself. And goalies, I think I might go with Decord Havilid and just rock this and see how it goes, how it plays. I mean, our team is more or less set, boys. All we need to do is do those few minor pieces of signings, and we can move forward. Like I said, signing the left wing, last line left wing. I'll do that off scene, and I'll show you who I end up signing. But for now, let's get right to the defense. So Brandon Carlo, we will make an offer to you, my friend. He wants 6 years, 6.4. Winnipeg and St. Louis both want him. I'm not going to go too much on him because I know we have pieces that could replace this anyway. So, but he would be a good compliment to my team this year, that's for sure. 6 years, 6.750 to Brandon Carlo. Let's see if he becomes a trader to the Boston Bruins or he signs with Winnipeg or St. Louis. So I'll do Carlo, Vakanainen, like I said already, and the Ben Harper guy, which is right here. So if I'm not mistaken, he fits in, so all defensive pairings, and Vakanainen was the same thing. So we'll do 1 year. I'll give him a bit more change. We'll do 1 year, 1.5. I'm okay with that. So the Montreal Canadiens sign hometown boy Alex Killorn to a 1 year, $2.750 million deal. 37 years old. The guy played so Anaheim the last 4 years, 14 goals, 29 assists, 43 points. As you can see, 50 points the year before that, 33, 50. He's going to be a third, fourth line player for us. He's listed as a third line player, but if he fits on that fourth line, that's where he's going to be sliding. So Alex Killorn, welcome back to Montreal officially. All right, so Brandon Carlo decides not to be a trader to Boston Bruins, but he does go to the St. Louis Blues, who eliminated them in the finals, I think in 2017 or 18. One of the years, I think it was 17 when St. Louis won the cup. So Brandon Carlo signs to the St. Louis Blues. So Brandon Carlo signing a 6 year, $6.770 million contract. We offered him a 6.750, so $20,000 more per year. Wow. So if I would have offered 6.8, I guess he would have accepted with us. Whatever, it is what it is, boys. Like I said, Liam Bichelle, I kind of want him to be a top 4 defenseman anyway, so he's going to be playing alongside Layden Hudson. And then we're going to have Ben Harper playing alongside of Korczak on the top 6. So I'm all worried, honestly. I mean, we saved ourselves almost $7 million per, and we could go out there and have that money to sign guys like Svechnikov and Suzuki and Caulfield when their contracts expire. All right, boys. Well, it's mid-July, and there's a lot of new faces in different places. So let's take a look at the contracts. All right, so I really don't understand this signing at all, because if they're going to be signing Marshall, why didn't they just re-sign Kucherov? I'm assuming, I guess the storyline is Kucherov wanted out of Tampa Bay. But Brad Marchand signs a 2 year, $9.535 million contract with the Tampa Bay Lightning. So it's getting wild this series now, boys. Both Carlo and Marchand leave Boston Bruins. Carlo goes to the St. Louis Blues. Brad Marchand goes to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Then you have Nico Hischier signing in Boston to 6 years at $12.440 million. This is just wild, man. Wild that's going on right now. And then we have it. Evgeny Malkin signs a 1 year contract with the Anaheim Ducks at $3.515 million. So good for him. Let's see where he ends up panning out in their lineup. All right, so other notable signings. You got the Seattle Kraken who signed Samuel Montembeault to a 2 year contract at $2.30 million on average. Thomas Novak signs a 3 year, $10.29 million. Let's see how that goes for Seattle Kraken. San Jose signs Bertuzzi at 4 year, $4.995, so practically $5 million. Burakovsky to a 1 year at $4.2. Patrick Kane on Vegas to a 2 year, $4.6 million. Pavel Zacha, 4 year, $9 million contract. Toffoli goes to Ottawa, 1 year, $5.4 million. Brock Nelson, 2 year, $2.5 million. So it's a pretty good signing for Ottawa there. 2 veterans. Washington signs William Karlsson, 1 year, $6.6 million. Eli Tolvanen goes to Dallas long term, 6 years, $6.3. Toivo Teravainen goes to Winnipeg Jets, 3 years, $7 million. And then Bobrovsky goes to St. Louis. So they got Carlo, they got Bobrovsky, they have their 2 studs. So yeah, 2 years, $4.1 million there. And Binnington goes to Chicago on a 3-year contract worth $5.095 million. So the date is July 23rd, 2027. We went through a bunch of contracts that you've seen. New faces in different places. The only one who's really left is Nikita Kucherov. I mean, you have guys like Van Riemsdyk, Anderson, Kane, Gergensen, but this is more bottom 6 players anyway. The big piece left is Kucherov, so let's see where he goes. Devin Levi still wanting 3 years, $6.3 million, and Buffalo still have no way to sign him, so let's see what happens there in Buffalo. So Kucherov signing in Nashville after all. 1 year, $8.555 million just for the year. So let's see if he ends up panning out in Nashville, if he ends up staying there until he retires, I guess. But it's just crazy, this alternate universe where he goes to Nashville instead of Stamkos. Let's see how this pans out. So 1 year, $8.555 million, like I said, for Nikita Kucherov. All right, boys, so it's the home opener of the 2027-2028 NHL season. Can't believe it's this far already. I mean, we have one Stanley Cup, which is wild to me. I really hope that happens in real life, but we'll see how that goes. We'll show you the lines. So I'll show you the lines right now. The NHL and AHL. We got Sean Farrell, Nick Suzuki, Sveshnikov. So kind of looks the same as last year. Caulfield, Doc, Slavkovsky. Then we got Heineman, Crosby, Shane Wright, Christian Fischer, Owen Beck, and Alex Killorn. On defense, we got Lane Hudson and Leon Bichelle, Logan Mailloux, Caden Gooley, Ben Harper, and Caden Korzak. So let's see how they do. Decord and net with Havlet. So Decord dropped to an 80 overall. My God. So maybe we do have to trade for a goalie during the season. We will see. Or Havlet just picks it up. Or we have Daigle who comes up. We'll see. So that's our lines. Power play, we got the same power play as last year. PP2, we got Shane Wright at the basically where Crosby plays. Sveshnikov and Farrell on the sides. Doc in the middle. Mailloux on the point. 4 line looks like this. So it's still Suzuki, Caulfield, Slav, and Hudson. PP2, Crosby, Doc, Sveshnikov, Mailloux. Penalty kill looks like this. Wright, Crosby, Gooley, Korzak. Slavkovsky, Suzuki, Bichelle, Mailloux. Heineman, Beck, Hudson, and Harper. And then I put Harper on the first line here with Gooley because you'll see. Then you have Crosby, Mailloux, Bichelle. And then I put Korzak with Hudson because if I put Harper here, I went -1 for some reason. So I just swapped Korzak and Harper for 3-line penalty kill 3 and 1. And we'll see how that goes. It doesn't really matter. We'll check it out mid-season to see how our penalty kill is. And we have to switch it. We'll switch it. So yeah, goalies Decord and Havlet, like I said. AHL, we're rocking with Gabriel Daigle at 78 overall. Could be higher. Still a medium elite. So let's see how he performs on his first AHL, I guess, professional league season. We got Basha, Simino, Perreault, Fix Wolanski with Isakov and Afanaseyev. Sherwood, Madden, Edmonds, Sutter, Weatherby, and Jackeye. Fairbrother, Letang, Fitzgerald, Huang, Ranta, and Braun. This is just a random guy. I could possibly go sign another one if I have to, but I think our team must be good enough. Quickly, before we get into the game, actually, we'll check our captains and assistants. So Suzuki still captain, Crosby still assistant, but our new assistant, now that Letang is in the minors, will go to Lane Hudson, our boy. I feel like I'm dissing Gooley a bit, but I feel like long-term he's going to be that outstanding defenseman that we have. PP1, line 1. Just makes the most sense for him to be our assistant captain. So there are your assistants and captains. Let's now get right into the home opener, boys.
Always a magic when we're here in Montreal. I get excited when I see the banners hanging. Will we see more in the not-too-distant future? The Jets take possession to get this one underway. Yoki-Haru's going to play it against the half wall. Pumps it away at his own end. Delayed penalty coming up here. Slides the puck over. And he sprints to the bench to get the extra attacker out on the ice. Grabs the puck and moves on out here with this man advantage. Shot! Oh, what a stop on the play! Scrum along the boards, they battle for the puck. Puck gets loose, we'll get some flow again here. Takes a shot. Oh, how did he stop that? What a save by Hellebuck. Montreal's got the puck against the boards. Quick feed to Caulfield. Look at the attack, and the fans are loving this right now. Moves the puck along the blue line. Carrying it, looking, turns it aside. He scores! There it is, his first of the season. The Jets will play it from the defensive zone. He's got a step, and he's got that one. Takes the feed at the point, and he takes the pass. And he takes a shot. Oh, he made the save. How did he stop it? I have no idea. The Jets pick up steam and are on the attack. The Canadiens take possession in the defensive end. Now he takes it over the line. On the backhand, they score! And that's back-to-back snipes.
Well, it feels like there's a wave of momentum, and it has certainly changed here. You can get...
And he takes the feed. Strong defensive effort. Odd-man rush. Let's move to the middle. Oh, and he comes up with a stop. Winnipeg's going on the attack as they gain the zone. And he gets just enough of it to keep it out for the back of the net. Right on the doorstep. Oh, and another save.
Did a great job of tracking the puck up.
Svechnikov stick handling in his own zone. Montreal's got the puck along the wall. Here he is on the backhand. Scores! Andrei Svechnikov doing what he does best.
Right here, and an opportunity to look at the coverage on the setup.
Here's a chance to clear the puck from his own end. Driving right to the front. And somehow he hangs on. From one point man to another. And kicked that one out of the net. They score! Right with the man advantage. And they make it click.
And the seeing eye shot finds its way to the back of the net.
Heavy hit into the wall. And look at this. We're going to get a stoppage here as the whistle's blown.
Well, safety is the first priority, and it was a thunderous hit, and as a result, there's a crack in the pane, and they'll have to replace that, James. The maintenance crew will come out here and make sure that it's taken care of.
Montreal's got the win off that draw. And he takes the dish. Here's a short pass to Kane. And the goaltender comes up with a piece of it to keep it out of the net.
The card's been solid here tonight, James. I mean, look at his save percentage. He's been excellent between the crease, and that's making the saves that you need to and you want to at the appropriate moment. Man, his team's been effective going north.
Directed over to Morrissey. Quick feed to Kane. Oh, what a stop with the pad by Decor. Knocked away with the stick by Gustafsson. Along the half wall with the puck. There he is, in close! Off the glove and makes the save. Passes on over to Tuck. Center into the middle, and that goes off a stick. Moves the pass in front, and a new pass. And he shuts down a great scoring chance there. They've really got him on their heels here now. And they go the other way as they clear the zone. Here's a shot. Keeps it out. Got a piece of it with the trapper.
The goaltenders are the last line of defense for a reason, and this time he bails his team out.
Quick shot. Morrissey's moving the puck through his own zone. Moves it to the middle. And that's stopped. Takes control of the puck. And it's a quick pass to Svechnikov. Look out. Here they come on the attack. Scores! Deuces Wild as that's his second of the game.
Well, he's got 2 tallies on the score sheet, James, but I love...
Finds some space in the corner. Canals are in front. Takes the feed at the back end. Oh, wow! Stuffs him again. Tuck's got it in the defensive end. Puck moved over to Scheifele. Cut into the front of the net. Scores! And the power play comes up big again.
I love the various options that they have on their power play, James. Once the PK adjusts to one, they hit the other.
Exploring options here inside the defensive zone. Trying to shake off the defender. Oh, what a fantastic save there.
Oh, he's got such quick hands, but he's in tight. And when you move them fast, you don't force them to move. And the goaltender's able to read it, track it, and make the save.
Good, solid. Trying to shake loose. All alone. Denies him on the breakaway.
Enough, and they're booing at the officials. And for the players, this is so frustrating.
That goes off the post and stays out.
The Jets are working hard to get back in this game. They wire one off the post. They're generating offense. The coach, the staff, the entire team needs to stay confident here. They're generating the looks. They just have to...
Receives the pass. Can't keep a hold of it as he's jostled off the puck. Backhander. Oh, what a save on the play. Wow.
Oh, that's grand larceny, James. I mean, he just stole one away from his opponent. What a save.
Quick shot. Nothing. From behind the net. Oh, the play. Wow.
That's a true competitor's save. Just when you think that he's completely out of it, James, he comes...
They score. And the power play strikes once again.
Well, you know that specialty teams are so critical, James, and they have executed a quick win with the extra attacker.
Grabs the puck. And here's the pass to Svechnikov. And that's broken up. Winnipeg's got him along the wall. Close save. Quick reflexes.
The Cards made a great quality shot. Look easy. I mean, he is so efficient. He's done.
Scores! And he hits the hat trick and let those bats fly.
Let him fly. First time this season, James. He gets the trio in all different ways. Pretty unbelievable to fill the net 3 times.
Big stop just as time expires in the period. The final horn sounds and it's time to soak it all in. Svechnikov's hat trick leads the way en route to victory tonight.
Yeah, he got himself in good position, didn't he? He's a pure goal scorer, and he didn't disappoint tonight.
This has really become one of the real premier party destinations in the hockey landscape.